Well, did you know that because you live in America, you have access to over 600 of the smartest people in the world? They're available to you. These are researchers, librarians, and experts that really they're housed at the Library of Congress, and they're called the Congressional Research Service. And most of them are like PhDs in their disciplines, whether they're teaching science or international trade or all these kind of stuff. And what they're there for is to answer questions for the congressmen and senators. So their staff is really helping constituents, is what they do mostly. So they have office staff if you're a congressman or senators. And what you do is answer the phone when a voter calls up and needs help with something. That's what they do. But when the congressman or senator has to make a decision on a bill to vote on something, they go to the Congressional Research Service to get answers, to have these people research. Hey, what is the good and bad? And the Congressional Research Service is not political at all. Not supposed to be. I'm sure everyone there has a party affiliation, but they don't say anything political except they try to get the facts for people to make their own decisions and elect officials. So they work for both parties all the time. And here's some data on what they do. Like last year, they had 24,000 telephone responses. People call up and say, what's the capital of Afghanistan or something like that. And they do that stuff. Or here they have in-person briefings and consultations and testimony, background services, confidential memorandums, email requests. So 62,000 requests. Now, the neatest thing this office has is what's called CRS reports. These are like 15,000 topics of the day that are updated continually, so that the congressman needs to know some important things that they're going to, screw up the trade balance with Mexico or whatever it is, and want to know how much we trade, but what the current history it is. Well, there's a PhD up there studying that up every day, updating that report. So somebody could come in and say, okay, what does that market look like? How big is that market? Who's making money? Who's not making money or whatever? So it's all updated for them to do. And see, to me though, that's available to you too. And the only way to get that before is to know it's there and then ask your congressman and senator to send it to you. And you had to know the name. So it was so difficult. But now, and I know people have been fighting for this for 20 or 30 years, and finally they're getting very close. And there is now a website. If you go to every CRS report, EVERY, CRS, REPORT. And they see right on the front page there, they have the new ones that just came out, like transatlantic relations, U.S. interested in key issues. So that's a U.S. and European partnership. That's all over the media now, right? Okay, new round of farm trade aid proposed by the administration. So if you have a bar bet, and you're saying, oh, Trump did this and that, well, here, you could just go to this CRS report and you get the latest update on what that aid is that the farmers are getting. So maybe you want to go and sell them tractors or sell them a software package. Who's getting that aid? See, that's what I mean. You could use this for all kinds of reasons. Getting money, winning bar bets, or impressing your friends. Arms sales to the Middle East. Iran, international politics, and U.S. policy options. So here's somebody, this PhD is updating what our options are in dealing with our Iran, the START Treaty, economic effects of this 2017 tax revision, preliminary observations. Well, here, you could see that and say, okay, what did the tax, that new tax thing really do? These are experts, all PhDs, study their subjects forever. I mean, you could argue with anybody you want, but to me, this is one of the best sources of independent information in the world. Most of our public media, that have advertising are biased for something, and this is the most unbiased I think you could get anywhere in there. Okay, what about the European Union? How will that affect you and your life or whatever it is? Well, here, you get exactly what it is. And see, what you could do then is, don't forget, remember I said there's how many, like 17,000. Here's the topics area. Let me move this down. Let's see the topic area. Here are the topics they have reports on. Okay, over 15,000 or 14,000 reports. Foreign affairs, education policy, science and technology, Middle Eastern, health policy, energy policy, crime policy, environmental policy, immigration policy, all these things that affect you, your life, your business, or whatever it is. Here's the one for crime. Okay, prisoners' eligibility for Pell Grants, okay? So you want to know what that is like? Man, this is somebody who studies that all the time. Don't go to USA Today and some reporter who's going to think about it for just writing the one article and that's it. No, these people just study it all the time. There's nobody better, I think, than the Violence Against Women Act, the historical overview, aging. Okay, what's that? Aging, Older American Act, the funding formulas. Okay, where's the money going for seniors? Okay, you can find out all that kind of domestic food assistance, a summary of all the programs. Okay, what programs are there for food and stuff like that? So that's the kind of stuff you could get. Science and technology, foreign investments in the United States, because foreign companies are coming over and grabbing our technology and stuff like that. So you want to know about that? You want to help them or whatever it is. See, to me here, assistance to firefighters programs, distribution of fire grant funding. Okay, where's that funding going? So is your town getting enough for your firefighters? You get that report and see, hey, we could get another 100 grand or whatever it is and get new wheels on our truck. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but you know what I mean. That. So these are now free to everybody. And if you can't get it for free, then you call your congressman or senator. And that's it. That's why I always feel that, we have so much information in this country. You could Google any of these subjects. If you use Google to find any of these subjects, you're going to get everybody with a biased opinion or selling you something on that. This is the best source for unbiased, opinion by an authority who studies this constantly, and you can't get better than that. And you have access to this because you live in America. That's all. You just have to make a phone call and get it, or actually just download it. And that's the important thing. And this is what I'm trying to do: is teach people. That's what Lesko Help is all about. Trying to teach people all these sources. This to me is like oil under the ground. It's so rich, for your life. But if you don't use it, it's just sitting there like an oil well, unless you dig it out, and that's what you have to do. And that's what Lesko Help is trying to show you, where this stuff is, no matter what you have or what problem, financial or information or whatever. There's an expert probably studying that. We have people in 7 different agencies that are studying every country in the world. So somebody's just studying agriculture in a country, and they're at the Department of Agriculture. Somebody's studying commerce in the country, and they're at the Department of Commerce. So you want to do business with that country or whatever, and you go to those experts, and they're free. They're not going to charge you. They're not allowed to charge you. You go online and find some expert, they'll charge you $1,000 a second, or whatever the hell they could get from you, right? And they don't even know where the best stuff is. They just know how to package it well. So learn in life where the best stuff is. And I think that there's so much in our government that, you can't get anywhere else. It's better than anywhere else, but you don't know. So let me show you, let me help you, or whatever. This is a tool. What's neat in life is finding neat stuff. Let me help you find neat stuff.